Hey guys, I wanted to tell you about Daily Art Hub. They have a massive library of graphics that we can use in our print-on-demand business to increase our sales. They've been adding every single day to their library of graphics for the last 10 plus years. And here's the thing, you can download the entire website right now using this deal for $40 and you get lifetime usage. That's about as good a deal as you're ever going to find. In this video, my plan is, well, number one, to tell you about the deal. I didn't want to bury the lead, so I got that out the way right up front. But now I want to show you how I would go about using these graphics in just a couple examples. I mean, you can enter every niche under the sun, every fathomable niche between the graphics they've got on their website already, right? But I'm going to show you a couple niches that I would enter using some of their graphics in this video. So let's get to it. Now guys, if we want to be successful with print on demand, we know that one of the core components, the core competencies that's required is that our designs need to be good enough. And if you're not a great designer, or if you're just not a fast designer, like I think I can do a decent enough job, but I'm also really slow. I love outsourcing the design efforts to professionals. This is another prime example of how we'd go about doing that. Daily Art Hub, again, their deal is for $39.95. You get the entire website. That's everything that they have developed, their team of designers, over the last 10 plus years, adding to it daily. You get it in one click. That's a great deal, and I'm going to link to that in the description. Now, really quickly, just showing you how it works. This includes the commercial license, but there are a few restrictions. So they want you to modify the graphics before you just upload them. They don't want you uploading them as is. And here's just a quick reminder of what not to do. Do not sell the graphics as is. If you intend to sell something, it must be altered or used as a part of a larger composition. Do not sell the graphics. You cannot in any way make graphics with their graphics. Do not create and sell digital cross-stitch patterns or embroidery patterns. Don't turn the graphics into digital cross-stitch patterns. Got it. Okay. Just wanted to get that out of the way, guys. Now, this is what the website looks like as of right now. When you're watching this video, they've probably, if you go to the website, you'll probably see something else because they've been adding new graphics. But I picked 3 niches that I would use, and I would actually genuinely do this, guys. This isn't something I'm doing for YouTube. This is how I go about creating the designs that sell, that when you look at, if you follow me on social media, you see me posting daily sales updates. You heard that on Amazon merch alone last year, I made over $80,000 profit. It's not because secretly I'm just lying and I'm, the best graphic designer out here, and every design I make, I spend hours on to make it, a #1 bestseller. No, this is how I do my designs. I'm actually going to show you. So I decided to use this Planets clip art set. They call it clip art because it's really like a simplified version of the symbols associated with the planets. But here's the thing. This is actually the design style that I prefer. I prefer the flat, like monotone, or simple color scheme. It doesn't have to be a single color, but simple color schemes. These tend not to be best sellers, but I also tend not to have a ton of competition on this style because I think a lot of people on the outside looking in who are just getting started, what do you see when you go to Amazon or you go to a niche research tool like Podly? At the top, you see all the best sellers, and all the best sellers are like the most high-end, complicated graphics, which is great if you can create those, but you don't need to. I mean, I'm proof. I built a whole business selling simple designs with good-looking text, and I'm just going to show you a couple examples. I created some here in Photoshop. So I went ahead and actually I can show you here the planets right here. This is the clip art pack. It comes in the JPEG, PNG, and SVG versions. I just went ahead here and just used some of the PNGs for this demo. So I just used some curved text and a distressed font up top. You don't have to do a curved text or anything like that. I'm just showing you how I would probably go about creating some really quick designs. This is, again, something that I love talking about. It's that you don't have to spend a lot of time on designs. If you have sort of a templated or a few different templates, ways that you're comfortable creating designs that you can get in and get out quickly while making designs that from experience. It always helps to have the experience. Like I've been at this since 2017, so I know when something's good enough to sell and I know when something needs work, but I can crank these out super quickly. Again, there's no bonus points for taking twice as long or 10 times as long to create a design. Ultimately, it's the output that matters. So I made one with the sun. It says, just a boy who loves the sun, just a boy who loves the moon, just a boy who loves the earth, even though I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say Jupiter, so I messed that one up. Just a boy who loves Jupiter. My bad there. Mercury. It doesn't have to say just a boy who loves. I just was looking at, that's one of those generic evergreens that you can add to any niche. Mercury here, Mars, the red planet, Neptune, the water planet, just a boy who loves the earth. So you see, guys, it's not that hard to make good enough designs. But Ryan, those designs, they weren't enough to be bestsellers. Yeah, I'm not aiming to always have bestsellers, guys. I honestly am, like I've said this before, if I can make one sale a year on, you know, Amazon merch, 200,000 listings, that's $1 million profit at $5 royalty, right? That's essentially what I'm going for. Even though I know I'm not going to make a sale on every single upload, there's a couple different ways to be successful, guys. And getting a #1 bestseller, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's a statistical improbability. I'm not trying to talk anybody out of going for it. You know, if you go for it, good luck. I'm not saying you won't get there. I hope you do. But like, that's a whole nother strategy. And it has a lot more to do with ads, if you ask me, than anything else. And I know most people watching this probably don't, you know, you're not looking forward to running a bunch of ads. A lot of people don't like to spend money to make money. That's okay. This is what you'd want to be doing though. And this is just one set of graphics, again, out of the entire website bundle that you can get for 40 bucks. I went to Amazon here and I typed in planets shirts. Now, Jungle Scout is not the best for print on demand. It's really a tool made for FBA sellers specifically, but you can see here, it's April as I'm recording this. Average monthly sales around 500. Average revenue about 13,500. Actually, if I had to guess, I think the real numbers would be higher. I think Amazon may be hiding some of the search results, if you ask me, because I bet you they do way bigger numbers than this. Average price, $22.88. And low demand, low competition is the Jungle Scout gauge on things, even though I anticipate it's probably higher demand, let's be honest. That's why for FBA, man, never mind. We won't go down the FBA rabbit hole right now, but that's a separate conversation for a different day. The next one I decided to look into was plants shirts. Now, I don't know about you, but like, I don't know. Some people are just crazy about plants. I'm thinking about Marielle right now. She literally went, I'm not kidding, right hand to God, went to the plant store today. I don't know how much money she spent, but she's a, what does Amazon say? There's so many good plant shirts, Plantaholic right here. So I pulled up a couple really nice looking plants themed shirts on Amazon that, by the way, you can create these designs. I mean, I'm not telling you to like replicate the designs as is. I'm just saying you have the graphics needed in these bundles to go and create designs just like some of these bestsellers that I had pulled up already. And as we transition into spring and the nicer weather, these gardening themed shirts are going to see an uptick in demand. It's one of those things, like I say, guys, out of sight, out of mind, in sight, in mind. The people with a green thumb, they're going to be out there working on the gardens. Some of these designs though are like really, really nice, and you can use these as inspiration, right? You don't have to just look at a blank slate and say, I know best, I'm going to come up with the best design. Like, study the best sellers, use them as inspiration, and use your own graphics to make different versions of those shirts. A great place to start is, well, you know, you put it this way. You could buy this clip art for $20, right? Or do the entire website bundle for $40. I mean, it should be a no-brainer. Here's just a couple different plant themed shirts. I also love that, you know, as a note, just in my head, I really like how the heather gray looks with the white foreground. I'm not saying that you have to go that route. Me personally, I don't know if this is something that I talk about a lot on YouTube, but I typically do like this approach where I like to do just an all flat white foreground. I did mention actually when we were talking about the planets though, it reminded me that I really do like the simplistic, like monotone, even if it's just one flat color, style designs. One of the biggest things I see newer sellers doing wrong is treating the print on demand graphics that are supposed to go on like shirts as if they're internet graphics. You know what I mean? Like, internet graphics to me have like box shadows, gradients, and not that you can't use gradients, but like it's like the misuse of them. Like, I used to be a web developer, so I know what internet graphics look like, and I know what print on demand graphics in my mind are. Unless you're like a really skilled designer, I know how they should be most of the time. I think I have enough plants, said no gardener ever. What did this one say? Plants are friends, so you can keep them simple. This one said, I'm a plantaholic on the road to recovery. Just kidding, I'm on my way to get more plants. This says plant dad. Guys, you can create all of these designs, by the way. Just one more plant. These are just like a couple options that came up on Amazon. By the way, check the review counts, 230 reviews, 1 review. So hey, the new submissions can do well as well. What does this have? 4 reviews. Again, newer submissions, low reviews, still doing well. 3 reviews here. And the Plantaholic shirt right here, 82 reviews. So there's best sellers doing really well. There's new submissions doing just as well. Or not just as well, but you know what I mean. They're on their way. And then this one right here, just a big bundle of summer themed clip art. We are again transitioning into the warmer seasons. Thank you, God. I love it when it's warm outside. Who doesn't, right? There's so many ways you can spin this. Like there's a ton of different graphics here. I went ahead and pulled up some of them here. Actually, you can see, I like this gradient themed beach clip art pack. I don't know what to call it exactly, but really you can spin these in so many different ways. The first one that comes to mind, we saw in an Etsy shop review video a couple weeks back that one of the best performing print on demand Etsy shops out there, we were using a tool to basically spy on what they had been up to, and we could track their recent submissions. What did we see? They were doing family vacation shirts already, family beach trip shirts, family cruise shirts. But Ryan, how am I going to make these shirts and make them good enough to make sales? I don't know. How about the Daily Art Hub all website bundle for $40? Get 10 plus years worth of original graphics that you then have the rights to sell as long as you modify them, right? So here's a quick example of how I would go about creating a summer vacation shirt. I didn't do any research because you don't always have to, right? Just make sure it's not trademarked. It just popped into my mind. I'm like, sandcastles and sun, right? Perfect. And market this to probably youth, right? Probably going to be kids. If you wanted to, you could do matching, mom and daughter shirts or whatever, matching mom and dad and kid, whatever, parent and child shirts. There's a lot of ways to frame this and spin it. If you're on Etsy, I go more down the rabbit hole of like actually trying to frame it as for specific customers. If it's on Amazon, I'll probably just throw it up as is and let them figure it out, right? Because on Amazon, or I think Amazon merch when I say Amazon typically, but you could also throw this up on Seller Central as well on products that you can't sell through merch, like, I don't know, onesies for kids, right? I don't have kids myself yet, but whatever age kids can go out on the beach and build their first sandcastle. You know what I mean? If they're still in onesies, then go ahead and do that, or youth size shirts, right? You guys get the point. So guys, this deal is available. I will link to it at the top of the description of this video. I wouldn't be out here recommending it if I didn't think it was an incredible value. 10 plus years worth of professionally made graphics, $39.95. I don't know how long it's going to last, so I do hope you take advantage of it if you are selling print on demand and you're not a professional graphic designer who can make good enough graphics, right? If they're not good enough, guys, it's really tough to make a sale. So at the end of the day, reverse engineer whatever your goal is. I'm guessing most people still watching this video are attempting to make money through print on demand. And one of the significant pillars of that journey is making sure the designs are good. This is a nice way of, I mean, I can't guarantee it, right? Because you still have to add the text. You know what I mean? There's a couple ways you can probably mess it up, but if you keep it simple, that's why I went through and showed you some examples, guys. There's definitely a lot of money to be made. There's no graphic design skill involved in me doing this. I just added a gradient overlay to the text. That's all I did. If you don't know how to do that, do a quick YouTube search. Probably takes 60 seconds to see. It's in the blending options of Photoshop. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Check out Daily Art Hub. Of course, they're linked in the description. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or comments on your way out, and I will see you tomorrow with a new video.